Hi there, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to episode 3 of our Manchester United Beat to Save for FM19. Now, since the last episode where we absolutely smashed Lokomotiv Moscow in the Champions League, you can see 3 games and okay. We first of all went and played Leicester. You can see Lukaku and Bailey gave us a 2-0 lead inside 5 minutes. Mata and Sanchez topped us off with 4 goals late first half, early second half. Considered a late consolation device, which was annoying, but it was a very dominant, comfortable performance, and I was pretty happy with that, to be honest. Then Carabao Cup. This was a Carabao Cup game in every mean and sense. You can see we put out the kids. We had players like Ghana, like Gomez, like Chong that were training like 9.5, 10, training ratings. So I thought we'd better reward them with a game. That was a mistake, to be honest. Even some of the better players, like Rashford, you can see, did nothing. We brought Martial on, didn't really do anything. It's just a disappointing game. And Sergio Romero, absolute howler for the second goal. So I don't think we'll be seeing him in goal again, unless we're very, very desperate. Then we played Newcastle in the Premier League. This was as dominant as a 1-0 score can be. You can see Pogba gave us the lead in the 13th minute. I don't think they registered a shot on goal, to be honest. We were so comfortable, as comfortable as you can be for a 1-0 anyway. And you'll see there the little cross next to Pogba's name. He got injured. He's out for a month. We've just got him firing the way we want him to be playing, and he's gone and got himself injured. So there we go. We'll have to do without Pogba, but I'm sure we'll manage. So this episode is going to be Inter in the Champions League. Now, they won their first Champions League game as well, so it's going to be a top-of-the-table clash there in these early days. And West Ham in the league, and we do have a look at the tables. You can see 3 points back from City. They're 7 from 7, and it looks like they're going to be tough, doesn't it? Just to still up against Spurs for us, but we are 18 points, equal with Everton, somewhat surprisingly perhaps, in second place. And in the Champions League, like I say, we've won our first game, as have Inter. This is a big game early on, although it is away from home for us, so perhaps a draw won't be the worst result for us. Now, for all the goals in between episodes there, at the end of this episode, Goals of the Month, make sure you stick around to check that out. But let's have a look at the team we're sending out to play against Inter. It's De Gea in goal. It's Young, Up, Bailey, and Damian. Very good defensively, and I think we might need that against Inter. So he comes in to play down the right wing. Matic, Fred, and Herrera in midfield. We haven't tried these 3 together before, so a little bit of an experiment there to see how they do. Lingard playing down the right, Sanchez down the left, Lukaku, the big target man, up top. Hopefully, some goals in this team. Alright, so we can see Inter here. We're going for the 4-2-3-1 formation. I'm wondering, seeing that if we should have gone to 5-3-2, they have 4 men up top. We should be able to handle that, shouldn't we? Especially if Matic is in there providing protection. So I think a passionate, let's give the fans something to cheer today. Some calm, we have faith. Lots and lots of green, that's what we like to see. And let's get on out there and hopefully get a big 3 points. Alright, it's the Champions League. Rings out around the Giuseppe Meazza, or San Siro as I prefer to call it, because it's just easier to say. So let's see what we can do here. It'd be interesting to see how Fred gets on in the advanced playmaker role. We have been using him as a sort of a deeper playmaker, with more defensive duties, obviously as a deep line playmaker. It will be interested to see how he gets on, sort of with more freedom to get forward. Decent start here. We've had more of the ball. Let's see here. It looks like we have a highlight. Damian to Matic. Matic turns for Lukaku. Can Lukaku pick out a teammate? Back to Matic to Damian. Damian cannot cross. He can only tackle. Looks like he's going to be asked to cross the ball here. Nope, he's got out of it again. Matic, somebody have a shot on goal or find a teammate in some space. Oh, for the love of football gods. Alright, let's see. We're going on the counter attack here. Can we defend? Oh, it's a heavy touch. Couldn't quite get to it though. The Croatian... Oh, good tackle, Sanchez. Young's back there to clean up the mess. Up, back to Young. Young looks forward. That's not a good pass. Lukaku's onto it though, so it was a little bit better than it initially looked. Sanchez jumps in. Can he jump in again? No. Oh, that's easy for Herrera. Herrera to Fred. We just need to find a bit of space here. Yeah, we're playing into tight areas, into trouble. Oh, up. Heavy touch. Not good. Nagerland. Can we get a block in? We can't. Oh, we've given them a goal. Poor possession. And we've gone and just given them that. We were asking for trouble, weren't we? You could just see we were just trying to play in the wrong areas, and that's a heavy touch from Up. And we just can't recover from that. Good, decent finish anyway. Could De Gea have maybe tipped that round the post? But that's not the best start. We've done so well. First shot on goal and they've scored. It's alright, plenty of time to regroup here. We do not need to panic. Matic is looking anxious, some apprehension in there as well. Let's give him a get creative here. Inspired by that. They've come straight back into this game, haven't they, after that? Look at the shots they're getting now. They've outshot us. Another highlighted here. Looks like we need to defend. Let's get in front of that. Get in front of that. Get in front of it. Oh, it's a bit of a lungy tackle. De Gea's got to have he missed. How has he missed? He's running back clapping. He should have his head in his hands. Alright, come on, boys. Demand more. I wonder if a calm down could be in order here. We just don't seem to... Can we get that clear? We can, to a point. I'm wondering, some of this could be like my training. I'm still sort of playing around, trying to figure out the best way to get the training going. It looks like we need to work on our passing. It looks like we need to work on our defending. He's stuffing around with this. Can we get a tackle in? No, he's gone back to the keeper. Sensible, you might say, up. If only he had thought to do something as smart as that. It's a good header from Bailey out to Fred. We're just taking our time a little bit too much. Decent ball in behind there. Can we get onto that? We can't. It almost looked like it needed to go up to Lukaku rather than out to Sanchez. Oof, that's a nasty looking tackle. We've got away with it though. Has the ref his waved advantage? Oh, I like that, the ref waving advantage. Oh, look at Herrera crunching in there. Go on Lukaku. Now Lukaku tends to not pass to teammates. He has on this occasion. Lingard, can he get across him? We've got men in the box. It's there for Lukaku. Can't get there. It's there for Sanchez! That's more like it, boys. I can't see if they're playing well. What should we tell them? We should tell them push forward. See if we can get ahead before half-time here. Good ball out to Lingard. See what happens when Lukaku passes. Nobody can get onto it till it gets to the back post, and Sanchez is just there, left-footed, just to pound that into the back of the net. That's what we like to see. 1-1, and they're frustrated by my shout of, what did I say? Push forward, I think. So that's good. They'll be into half-time looking frustrated at me, like, what are you on about, Gaffer? But we'll get over that. Lukaku is not playing well. 6.4 up. He should only 6.1. He gave it away, that goal, didn't he? That was horrible. But we'll get... What's the score on the other game here? They're drawing in Russia. So that a draw there would be a good result for us, wouldn't it? Frustrated by the feedback. Neville says to say they're disappointing. I tend to agree. We might just do a few individual team talk here, guys, and then we'll come back for a big second half. Okay, only one small tactical change is we're going to look for the overlap a little bit more. You can see with Lukaku, the goal that we scored, was getting the play out wide. So we're going to try and look to do that a little bit more. To be honest, I thought we were already doing that. So, we'll demand more from the team. They were all fired up after that talk, so that's good. We are definitely back in this game. It looks like, look at that, Lokomotiv Moscow's taken the lead in Russia, so that puts Valencia in a bit of trouble, doesn't it? I thought they might be a decent team. They still might be, but they're obviously not having their best start to the campaign. All right, let's see what's happening here. We need to defend this. We do not need to go behind again. Jinking run. Come on, boys. We're making it a little bit too easy for them in wide areas, aren't we? That's a cross has come in. Oh, it's back post. They've just caught us asleep. I'm wondering, defensively, if we need to defend a little bit wider there. That looks as though that was not the best defending, was it? Just too easy. Just one ball and we're all at sea. Who's that? Young. Just too slow getting over, wasn't he? Decent ball. And then again at the back post, that shouldn't be happening. Even De Gea probably could have come out and claimed that, to be honest. Just poor all round. We're really missing Pogba, aren't we? We don't really have anybody in midfield that seems to be able to dominate the game for us. Do we need Fellaini? That's the big question. Horrible pass from Herrera. I'm wondering if we do actually maybe want to look to make... Oh, this is just horrible, horrible defending. Demand more. Oh, yeah, demand more. We'll defend this, and then I'm wondering, do we perhaps... I mean, Lukaku's not having his best game. Do we... Let's pause this. Fred's not having a good game. Herrera is not having his best game. All right, let's bring Fellaini on for Fred. Fred just isn't working in there. Let's get him going box to box. What can Herrera... Herrera can do anything. What can't Herrera do? I wonder if... Can we play him as a advanced playmaker on attack? Let's try him in that role. Let's maybe bring Matic in as a deep-lying playmaker. We just have no one in the middle to get their foot on the ball, it seems, doesn't it? I'm wondering, Lukaku, do we bring Martial on, someone that's a little bit deeper? A little bit quicker, I should say. I mean, he's pretty quick, isn't he? Good finishing. I wonder, what if we try him as... Can we play him as a deep-lying playmaker, maybe? On attack. Just get him sort of dropping in a little bit more. Hopefully not being as isolated. Let's try this. We'll see how this goes. And, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We go 3-2, 3-1 down. And, I mean, other changes. I'm wondering, Martial and Mata maybe. Mata could be a good one, actually. We're lacking creativity, and I bring Fellaini on instead of Mata. That's a Mourinho-esque move, isn't it? Just struggling to get the Mourinho out of my system, if anything. Okay, so let's bring Mata on for Lingard. Let's play him as the advanced playmaker out there. We might look to do... we need Fellaini in that role for defensive set-piece reasons. Let's switch that around. Let's keep Fellaini box to box. Let's do Herrera as a Mazzala on attack. I'm not convinced by Lukaku. I'm just not. We're going to take him off. We're going to take off Lukaku for Martial. We're losing strength and height, but hopefully we'll gain that on what Martial can do running with the ball. Let's demand more. We're looking nervous and apprehensive. It's just not really happening for us, is it? Can we win this ball back? Darmian, no, just lunges in and beaten. So Inter they're looking a very good side here, aren't they? It's ball long. Oh, come on, Martial, get onto that, son. It's nothing past from Young, to be honest, but lumped back in. Bailey back to the keeper. And what can we do here? Let's go to attacking, obviously, because we do need to go for this at this point. Throws it out straight to the Inter Milan player. Well done, De Gea. That's what we like to see. And that's over the bar. So this hasn't been our best game. We haven't played horribly. We just have not really ever looked like we're going to win, though, have we? Can we get another shark out? It doesn't look as though we're going to be able to. I missed. Get creative, boys. Come on. Is this the final kick of the game? It's looking increasingly like that. It's back to the drawing board. This puts a little bit of pressure on the Champions League group to top it, doesn't it? Not the best result. Not the best result at all. Again, we weren't horrible. Finishing seems to be what's letting us down most of the season, and we have been working on taking chances in training, but again, it's just not really working. Let's go in assertive, not happy. And we'll move on to West Ham. Red Devils made to rue missed chances. Yes, we were. It's just a bit disappointing, isn't it? But wait right there, guys. We'll be back for West Ham and hopefully a much better performance. Alright, guys. Welcome back for West Ham at home. We do need to get things back on track here after that horrible result against Inter Milan. You can see we're at home. We're favourites. Form is inconsistent, but this is a good game to get things back on track, isn't it? Because if you saw the table down there, West Ham, they're struggling in the second half for the bottom half of the table. This is a team we're sending out. It is all change. Players need rest, and we just needed to change things up. So it's De Gea in goal. Rojo, going to give him a start, see how he goes. Lindelof and Bailey across the back. Valencia down the right. It's Shaw down the left. Herrera and Matic in midfield. Mata, they can't play in the same team again. That's too close. Advanced playmaker in behind Martial and Sanchez. We have Lukaku on the bench. He does need a rest. He's our only real out-and-out striker, which we might need to address in January. We cannot afford him to get injured. Alright, so West Ham going to 4-3-3. Maybe they thought that's what we were going to play after that Inter Milan debacle, and they thought, we'll beat them if we do that. Neville says do it for the fans. Let's see, can we get a bit of passion here? So it's a great opportunity to prove the pundits have been right to back you up. Let's try that. Seems to have worked. Let's keep maybe the passion going with some faith to players who didn't quite react to that. Herrera nodded in agreement. Now we're telling he knows what's it about. All right, let's go, boys. As the Old Trafford fans sing out their support for us, and let's hope we give them a performance to match, because we owe them after Inter, don't we? That was not a good performance. Lindelof raking ball out to Shaw to start things off. Can we beat his man? Can we get a nice early goal again? That's a bit of a lungy tackle, but the referee says it's okay, so I guess it's okay. And West Ham have had all the ball to start early doors. That's not what we needed. Let's demand more. They're focused after that. All right, is this going to be a highlight for us? Hopefully, or else we're on the counter-attack. That wasn't the best, but Shaw's going to retrieve it. Hopefully he's not going to give it away. Herrera, can we go out the other side? Valencia must be in space because they're so compact. Let's see, Martial, back to Matic, out to Shaw. We're looking a little bit narrow here, but Shaw's done really, really well. Can he get a ball across the box? He can. It's there for Sanchez! That's what we needed. A nice early goal. We're underway. And Alexis Sanchez just taps in after Luke Shaw. Let's have another look at his assist there, actually, because that was absolutely amazing stuff. Look at this. They're so narrow. And Shaw beats a second man here to get the cross in. He's got two men on him, actually, and Sanchez can't miss, really, can he? Well, he could. Fabianski probably should have maybe got a little bit more of a hand on that, but that's okay. That's not our problem. We are underway at home. And we do need to make sure this is actually a big game in the context of our season, because City look like they're going to be imperious, and we do have them up next, of course. So, here we go. Can we defend a set piece? Well, it's not really a set piece, it's a throw-in, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of space. Oh, tell you what, we've got away with one there. Let's give it a demand more, because that wasn't good enough. With so much space for Felipe Anderson. We'll look more focused after that. That's good. Noble's on a yellow card. I think that's just a given. Let's see. Can Luke Shaw do it again? He's got some space there. Knocks one in for Martial. No, he's not really a man for one in the air, is he? Valencia beats one for Martial. He could do something here. Martial, what a finish! Turns, beats the defender, and then tucks it inside the far post. That is wonderful stuff. That's what Martial can do, isn't it? Very, very light of foot. Really, really good dribbler. And he has... Let's have it again. Another look at this. Couldn't quite win the header. That's not his thing. This is his thing right here. Look at that pass from Valencia. One touch, two touch. Gets his space. Back across the keeper. That's what we're talking about. 2-0. His second goal of the season. And we are well and truly underway here. And Valencia's injured. That's not great. We do have Young on the bench who can play there. Young, of course, will want to cut in, which isn't exactly what we want from our right winger, but we can deal with that. Hopefully that's not too serious, though. We have, is it Dalot, the Portuguese player that was signed for United? He's back fit. We do have Darmian as well, of course, if we need him. He's a good defensive player, but not perhaps one for going forward. Young stands over the free kick. Can we deliver a third before half-time? Oh, is that a penalty? It looks like a penalty. It is a penalty. It's going to be Martial to take it. Now, Pogba, of course, is a usual penalty taker. We've seen Mata take them as well. I don't know that Martial has taken a penalty yet this season. The big chance to nick his second for the game. Oh, he's sent the keeper the wrong way. That is just too easy, isn't it? 3-0 at half-time. Third goal of the season for Martial as well. Suddenly, it's Inter who, isn't it? That game quickly fades into the memory. And we don't really need to see a replay, but look at that. Fabianski kind of sold himself very early there, didn't he? And it was a gift that Martial was more than happy to take. Mata looking complacent, not having his best game. I'm wondering if this is an opportunity. We do need to rest Sanchez and we do need to rest Mata. Now at 3-0, you would fancy this game pretty much done and dusted. We'll give it a passionate, very pleased. Keep it going, lads. Not thrilled, I've got to say, with Mata's complacency. So we'll give it an assertive, not happy. See if we can wake him up. What I think we might look to do pretty early on in this second half is we might bring Rashford on for Sanchez. Rashford needs to do something. He's done nothing yet this season. So this could be a good game for that. And we might look to bring on a midfielder for Mata. I'm thinking off the top of my head Fellaini. I don't know who else on the bench. Let's defend that. We do nicely. Young's there. Herrera clears it nicely. Who else do we have on the bench? Fred. Fred needs a rest as well. So it might be a good one for Fellaini off the bench. Oh, that's not good defending. Oh, Young's off the line. Well done, Ashley Young. Yeah, we haven't started this half well, have we? Let's maybe give this a demand more, actually, because West Ham have absolutely come out on fire, which you would kind of expect, to be honest, but we need to make sure we don't let them back in this game. Too easy for De Gea, that one, and that should hopefully give us a chance to get control back of this game. What's he going to do? Is he going to roll it out? We do have a man here relatively open. You might just need to go long, De Gea. No, he's gone for Rojo. That's okay. Back to De Gea. I mean, guys, the instruction is to play it out, but, you know, you don't have to do it if you don't have room for it. Young is giving the ball away there. We haven't come out this second half at all. I'm actually a little bit concerned with the way this game is going. Oh, that's a really good block tackle. Was that Rojo? Well done, Marcus Rojo. That was absolutely class. Now we're on the counter-attack. This is where Martial and Sanchez could shine, isn't it? Good tackle. Good tackle there. And now, what is this? The game of tennis. Come on, boys. He's offside. All right, so we'll give him that one. He was in behind, so no wonder that, that happened. Now, Young looking complacent off the bench. That's not great. A lot of complacency here. All right, we might need to take... now, what do we do to get rid of complacency? Do we say... it might be a concentrate. Let's try concentrate to the guys that are complacent out there. Herrera, now you're captain, mate. You should not be the complacent one. You should be yelling at them not to be complacent. I'm thinking, though... Again, Matt is not having his best game. Let's not waste any more time. He's looking complacent as well. So let's bring the great man Fellaini on for Mata. We can do that. We'll just drop him back in here, I think. Play him box to box. We don't need Fellaini playmaking. We just need him running around, looking magnificent with that head of hair of his. Let's try a Cariello role for Herrera. And we won't make that last sub just yet. It is going to... I shouldn't have said that. I should have said I demand a performance so he doesn't get complacent as well. We'll give Rashford a chance for Sanchez in a minute. Let's do it now. Just give it... You don't want to make too many subs, just in case there's... Oh, no, that's Lukaku. We want Rashford. There we go. On for Sanchez. Let's give him an assertive, show me what you've got today. I want to see a good display. Let's try that. Basically, don't get complacent, Rashford. And also, I remember what you did against Nottingham Forest. You were absolutely horrible. Alright, so corner. Luke Shaw's to take it. Knocks it in towards the back post. There's a man there. Oh, Rashford was on target, which in that sort of situation is sort of all you can do, isn't it? Let's give him a get creative here. Matic stands over a deep free kick. He's surely not going to shoot from there. Dinks it in. It's headed away. That was pretty horrible, to be honest, wasn't it? Let's see. We need to defend this. We've got men back. This shouldn't be a problem. Matic jumps in. Oh, he sold himself up the river there. But Rojo again. I've been really impressed with Marcus Rojo. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I'm wondering if sort of he comes in as third or fourth choice centre-back at this point. I think Bali, Lindelof and Up are probably the front three right now. But Up's been up and down. Up and down. You know, we saw him... Oh, that's horrible. Speaking of horrible passes, we've got away with that. That should have been 3-1. I haven't been happy with this second half whatsoever. We've been quite poor. But we have managed to keep a clean sheet to this point, and 80th minute, the game does look as though it's in the bag for us. But you think a better team... Oh, what is that pass? What are we doing? Well, you're still on attacking. I should probably maybe just move it back to positive. I don't know how West Ham haven't scored. But, yeah, our passing at times has been absolutely woeful. Come on, head that. De Gea's going to claim that. He does. Well done, David De Gea. 81st minute. There's still time for this to go horribly wrong for us, by the way, because we're not playing well. Just go to Rojo if you're going to roll it out. It's just wasting time, I think, isn't it? There you go. Rojo knocks one long. Now, this could be one to get on. There we go. Sanchez and Martial, they're both there. And he had to roll it across to his teammate there, but he didn't. And now we all look like clowns. All right, another corner. Goes in. Back post again. It's easy for Fabianski, though, that one. And is that the end of the highlight, or are we going to continue? And if we're going to continue, hopefully we can win this ball back. Fabianski doesn't really know what to do with it either. It's like goalkeeperitis in this game. We do win that back with Lindelof. That's good. To Matic. Out to Shaw. Let's see what he can do. Knocks one in early. Oh, it's there for Martial! And that's 4. Is that a hat-trick for Martial too? Yeah, it is a hat-trick for Martial. I couldn't remember if he got... if he had got the 2 earlier. But there we go. Martial hat-trick. That's what we like to see. And it was really just a lofted ball into the box. But West Ham, with their high line, has just allowed Martial in behind there. And you have to say that header was inside the 6-yard box. What is Fabianski doing? That was a very, very high ball into the area. And he should have come to claim that. But 2 assists for Luke Shaw as well. Absolutely knackered. But nonetheless, 2 assists. So it's really just a matter of playing it out. We've made our 3 subs, so I guess we can kind of sit back, relax, see if we can get 5. Completely salvage the episode then. We have ended up scoring a few goals, which is good, because, you know, you guys don't tune in to watch Mourinho football where you win games 1-0, do you? There we go, Lindelof. That's West Ham players tripping over each other. Herrera, back to Lindelof, out to Rojo. What do we think of the comments of Marcus Rojo? I think he's done a good job. Luke Shaw's been quite good this game. Just couldn't quite jump over that tackle. He's got 3 men on him now. Oh, that's a horrible pass. Marcus Rashford, surely. Oh, Rashford. Oh, dear. I thought he was good, Manchester United. What is going on? No wonder he doesn't get much game time with Mourinho. We might have to have a word. I don't know if in this version you can have words with him. I'm sure you can, and just tell him, dude, that was a pitiful display of finishing. At least, you know, the other one you could say, oh, you know, he could have rolled it across, maybe got caught in 2 minds. That was just not even close. It's a ball down the line. I do love Yarmolenko as a player. I was shocked to find out he went to West Ham. I mean, to be honest, I thought he was better than West Ham. Maybe a little bit of the Payet, whatever that French guy's name was. I'd be surprised if he's there for more than a season. Maybe he will. West Ham, you know, they're a big club now. They have their new stadium as well. So maybe he will stay there for a little bit. But yeah, he's a really, really good player. I really like Yarmolenko. So this is it. We're just winding down the clock now. There it is. Much, much better, boys. Much, much better. If you have enjoyed that, do make sure you hit like, and of course subscribe if you're new. Hopefully we'll have 2 good games from episodes moving forward. We'll say, yeah, we're very pleased with that. That was good. And of course we've done that without Lukaku. Resting Lukaku, we've scored 4 goals. Now what's Valencia's injury? 3 to 6 weeks. Will be about a month. A week of that, 2 week, a half of that's going to be the international break, so that's not too bad. It'll be a game or 2 that we're without Valencia, but I think we can do without him for that long. But guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, as I said, make sure you hit like, and if you're new, subscribe. Next episode, it's the derby. It's Manchester City. They haven't played yet. I'm sure they're going to go back top when they do. But yeah, it's going to be a big, big game and a grudge match. Because if we lose that, 6 points back, that starts to look difficult, doesn't it? Because they look imperious. And we'll also, next episode tomorrow, do Valencia, try and get this Champions League campaign back in running order as well. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And here are some of our best goals of September. Take care.